I'm Hayden.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm right.
Today on Tiger Tales, we're talking about urban legends in Arkansas. An urban legend is a story that tries to explain the unexplained. While some may not seem believable, they cannot be proven wrong. The first legend we'll be talking about today is the Garden Light.
All right, so the Garden Light is a mysterious phenomenon. Is where there's this light off the railroad or off the highway, and Garden, and it's a mysterious light that shows up, and there's many different theories that go with it. One of them is that there's just this man that was working on the railroad, and he tripped and fell, and onto the railroad tracks, and the train drove by, and it killed the man, and his head was taken off of his body. And the mysterious light in this scenario is where the man's carrying around a lantern looking for his head. There's many other ones involving two men were on the railroad, and they were arguing about whoever got so many hours to work that day or that week, and they got into a heated argument, and the other man killed one of them with a hammer, and the light in this scenario is his ghostly lantern that he was carrying around. And then there's many other more realistic things that I guess would be what I believed in more, where there's different kind of natural things like swamp gas coming up from the ground, or the most believed one I guess you could say is there's supposed to be reflections of car headlights coming off the highway. But the thing is, the highway is 2 miles away, so there's many different factors that people believe in. But I think the most one that I believe in is the gas. But what do y'all think?
I mean, I think it's just a story that people made up just to have time or just to scare kids or something like that. I mean, I just don't think that's just something that feasibly is going to happen in the wild.
I mean, maybe even there's just some kids running around with a flashlight, so you never know.
That's what I think it is. I think it's just kids playing a prank, and they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, so the next one we're going to do is the Fouke Monster. And what do you have to say about that, Ryan?
The Fouke Monster it's a giant hairy beast. It's about 7 feet tall, 300 pounds, and they say the chest on it's about 3 feet wide. It first became popular in Fouke in the 1970s. It showed up in a man's backyard and supposedly grabbed him. He was treated at the hospital for scratches and trauma, and it was later spotted again by his wife. It reached through her window in the kitchen, and she called the police, and so the man's brother and some other hunter found it and said they shot it, but they could never find anything. So the Texarkana newspaper ended up making a story on it, and then it got really popular. Then it kind of got blown out of the water, and they made a movie on it and everything. But in Bradley, there was another sighting of a beast just like that, and it was pretty recent. But
yeah, I don't know if I believe that Falcon. We were talking about it. It might just be his wife might have beat the man up, but he didn't want to tell everybody that his wife beat him up, so he said it was a monster. But that's pretty impressive if that was actually real.
I think it's a bear.
Yeah, it might be a bear. That sounds more realistic. What do you think, Hayden?
I think that guy probably belongs to the loony bin, honestly, because if you're saying beast that big, I mean, it may happen, but if there's not more documented proof, I think that it might just be a personal problem with him.
Yeah, for real, because in today's times, as many deer cameras as there are around here, and especially around in Bradley, people hunting, I think it might have been sighted before, but I don't know if I believe it. I've heard about it, and we live real close, and I've never seen it. I've been in the woods all the time, and I've never seen Bigfoot or anything. I've seen a few bears, so that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, but I don't know.
I mean, and the thing about the Bradley one is, right after that happened, Bigfoot signs went up everywhere in Bradley and the surrounding areas. So I think it might have just been a ploy to get attention to the town.
makes a lot more sense.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Just,
Well, they say the most recent sighting was in 2024,
Yeah.
and sightings date all the way back to the 1940s. So I don't understand how a creature could live that long, especially without having photographic evidence of it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this day and age, everybody carries a cell phone with them. Everybody has a camera on the cell phone. Like, what stops somebody from just filming?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you're going to be scared, but if something like that would happen to me, I'd pull out my phone.
No doubt.
At least take a picture.
Everybody pulls their phone out at everything. I don't understand how they can't catch it.
Yeah. Well, that was our session of Tiger Talks. Goodbye.